Wait a second. I'm seeing the meeting is already being recorded. So Yella, did you do that?
Yeah, we both recording at the same time. So I'm recording and Yella is recording. So in case something goes wrong with my
Okay.
recording, we have a recording from Yella. Or if both go wrong, we have nothing.
Very well.
That's it. We stopped hearing.
Belt to suspenders security.
Okay.
Now
And
okay. I got to turn off my video again. I turned off my video. My my internet service is crappy.
okay.
That's okay.
And tomorrow, Louis, I will send out your order. So you should be able to get it in maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And Yellow's order should Yellow's package should arrive soon too, I think.
Yeah, it's already
It's
it's
not
in
getting
customs right
anything here.
now, so
Okay. So what's the thing we want to talk about? Or what should we talk about?
well, I have my progress on the M5 Unified library migration, which is going slowly. There is an issue with some memory somewhere in the screens, and I'm trying to pinpoint it, but it's taking a long time to like. If I remove all the screens, it compiles. And if not, then I get like a 140 byte some RAM memory issue, but it's not that the program is too big. It's something different because if I remove one screen, it doesn't change anything. If I remove a different one, it just doesn't change. I'm trying to like figure out which part is giving the error or making it get an error. So it's taking a while. And there's a lot of changes in the M5 graphics library for the display. I mostly migrated those already. Yeah, I feel like it is doable to get it to work, but I just have to find the memory issue, and then it's fine.
If you want us to have a look or test, I mean, maybe I'm not helpful, but I can at least test it. Or Michael and or Louis can look at the code. Maybe can.
Which core are you compiling to?
It's the core 2. Like the same, everything in the code is the same, except for some small changes, but it's it's using the M5 Unified library instead of the core 2
Yeah, no,
library.
I understand that. I just was curious about which core, because I one of the things I remember doing when I was just using compiling for the test bed was you have to for graphics you had to I could specify to use a different RAM for graphics. I'm winging it because I'm not in front of my Unix computer.
Did you use the Unified?
No, I didn't use the Unified library, but I remember there was an option. I'll look it up while we're talking to use a different use a different RAM for graphics, and that's not available on the regular core, but it was available in Core 2.
Right, but yeah, I wonder if it's available in the Unified library then.
Let me see, I'll go into
Because
that.
Unified library can go for core and core 2 and everybody. I mean, that's why it's called Unified, or
Yeah, you have one code base for all the cores. You still have like different platform IO environments. So we still have the core 2 press build for that, and then for the S2 or S3, you have a different environment, but it's basically the same code, and there's like less like if dev core 2 or those things. Although I do wonder if it's really better because a lot of things are missing in the core 2. In the Unified.
Unified. Like what kind of things are missing?
Mm.
No, but you feel like the things missing.
There's like known issues that like made the unified to put everything together, but they had to skip like various functions from different boards to make like a first version of the unified. Like the Core 2, you can create buttons, and all the buttons are already touch buttons. And on the Core Unified or the M5 Unified, there's no function for that at all. There's some other things with the speaker, and the graphics library uses like a different base. They built their own library for all the screen functions, which might be better. I haven't tried it yet because I can't compile it yet. So yeah, we'll
a
have
couple
to
of things.
see.
Yeah.
Michael, you want to say something? Or Louis was saying something.
Louis.
Yeah.
Louis.
Yeah, it's Louis here. Sorry. Couple of things is obviously you probably already looked at the issues for the M5 Unified to see if there's anything similar to that problem you're having with memory. I don't know, because I mean, you just pointed out it's very new and probably still fairly buggy, and just wondering if there's anything in the issues in the M5 Unified kit that would point you to a problem.
I haven't found anything.
Kind of all.
I googled a lot. Let's say it like that.
Okay,
it's also not
sure.
M5 Unified specific, because if I remove the screens and I just call some simple functions, then it compiles, no problem. So it might be like because the unified library is bigger, perhaps, and then now it doesn't fit. But it's like if I Google the error I get, which is that it doesn't fit by 140 bytes. I got a lot of like questions about like, oh, I got this error and it's above like 25,000 bytes, and then there's like some optimizations you can do. But the 140, or because it's so low, I think it's some memory thingy thing. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't lower it. Like I can't get it to like 130 or like even higher. Like doesn't matter what I do, it stays on 140. So I'm just trying to find out what can I remove that it does compile. So I removed all the screens and then it compiles.
Maybe
now
a video driver or a graphic driver.
Yeah, maybe it is. But I did call the screen functions in the graphic screen itself as well. So it's not that it would be optimized out if there's. It's a slow process because I'm like removing one screen, see if it compiles, remove another one, see if it compiles, then or like remove everything, put one back, see what it does. Kind of that sequence. It's taking a while. So.
But 140 bytes sounds like a strange number to me.
Yeah, it's a strange
I can
number.
imagine it's a triple of 12, but still, it's like.
That's 140. It doesn't matter what I do; it doesn't go up or down. So I can't really find the issue online. So I'm just trying different things, see what does change the number, and what makes it compile, and then from there, like re-implement everything. But it's kind of tedious to do. So
I'm not so familiar with compiling, but can you use another compiler? To see, I remember that on the Nano we had different compilers, and one compiler was much better than the other compiler. Sorry, I'm not well known in this, but
yeah, I'm not too sure. I can try, but like in the end, it's using the same compiler as for the Core 2 library, which had no issues at all, and then now the unified doesn't work, so it's still the same compiler, just different library. Just trying to figure out where the actual issue is. I can push the code once I'm done. Like I'm in the middle of some more migrations. There's some deprecated functions that I changed, and like they're using fonts. Like the font is no longer a number; it's now a pointer
Okay.
to a font object. So
That's nice. Yeah, that's nice.
yeah, some few things like that. So I'll just continue working on it. Once I have something that may or may not work, I can like push it. Maybe you guys can take a look at it as well.
Yella,
Mm.
I found it. It says this is not in the unified. It's in the other library. It says it's a display dot set PSRAM true with the option of true, and it's to use the PSRAM for the display.
Where in the settings is that?
This is not the unified library. It's in the Core 2 library. Is a switch so that the display uses the PSRAM instead of the regular RAM.
All right. I'll take a look.
It just might. I was just going to look through the unified library to see if there was any command that uses PSRAM.
Can't see anything now.
No.
I think that's one of the things that they removed in the unified because it's not supported for all devices, so it gets taken out.
It should. That's not how a unified library should work.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, they probably
Okay.
optimized a few things and then got rid of some other things. Like I said, with the button, I also looked at the button library that fixes the issue, but that didn't really fix the issue. So in the end, I didn't use it. But I did find how we can fix it without the library. It's now like a magic number, basically, in the M5 Unified. If we can change that number by some kind of setting, then it would be fixed. No issues.
What magic number then?
It's 240, the height of the screen.
Oh, I see that.
So it's basically if you have the buttons, they're just above the screen. Well, it's normally on the bottom. So and now the buttons by default are only in the area beneath the screen, which is still touch sensitive, but not on the screen itself. So the library just hard codes it that it's the area beneath the screen that you want to press, but we kind of want to have it like just a little bit higher. So you can also press on the screen. So if we can change that number, which is now 240 to like 230 or 232, if the buttons are 8 pixels height, that would fix it completely. So, but for now, I was like, well, we can just live with the touch area beneath the screen or above the screen if you turn it upside down, for example. If we can just get it to compile, that would be great.
Okay.
And then we can always like do a pull request to the M5 Unified, make it configurable, something like that.
And the unified is active development is going on in that library, or is it library?
I haven't checked it.
Because if people are working on it and modifying it and updating it, maybe we can ask them to modify it the way we want.
Yeah, I was thinking we can also like just get the library, and instead of adding it as a dependency that downloads. We can just
Yeah.
add it to the library directory and just edit the
It's also like you done with
number.
the libraries which you made. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or we can even
that's
optimize it if we want to.
sorry.
If it's not active development and if it's kind of stays static, I mean the development of the unified, we can make our own version.
Yeah, that's true. I think it is kind of active. Like it's still like a big company, right? The M5,
Yes.
and they are like putting this library out there and then deprecating the
And
old
modifying
ones.
it all the
Yeah.
time. Yes. And they bought by Expensive, the chip maker, who makes the ESP32. A little bit scared about that. That was not a good move, I think. But that's the way things go. Because those companies normally eat the small companies.
Yeah.
We see them disappearing. And
Yeah, so that's my update. I'll continue working on it. Give another update next week.
he keeps progressing. That's good. That's all we want to know. We don't have that light, so it's good. And I ordered. Oh no, I already got them. Other S3s. So I have two more S3s here in case you want me to try it out on an S3.
Yeah, that'd be useful. Once it compiles, I'm kind of interested in how it works on the S3. So.
And I sent out the last. I prepared for sending out tomorrow the last boards, version 3 boards. So I will work on the version 4 for the next batch. And as far as I've been testing, version 4 seems to be fine. The boards. And they look much more cooler, I think. Although Peter wants an orange one. He wants an AWS on it. Kind of funny. Now he can change what he wants.
You can always paint it.
That's true. Yeah. I'm not sure about his paint job, but probably okay. I haven't seen his painting. Maybe his daughter is good in it, but not him. And Louis, how have things been your week? Been very busy or?
Very busy with everything but this. Another student crisis at the college. It's the 80-20 rule, right? You spend 80% of your time on 20% of the students. But actually I had a little bit of brainstorm. I keep thinking about this, the project of setting up some fixed bGeigieZens, and it was inspired by the Ukraine story, the rat notes throughout Ukraine. Mm-hmm. And so I've got an idea, some ideas for a little metal box, and or even just a little frame to strap it to a pole, the same as what they've done there. Obviously, not using the cellular network. I'll just have to use the available Wi-Fi. Obviously, limits where we can put them, but that's a separate issue. The question I have is, young lad stepped in here.
We don't hear you, Louis.
Yeah, sorry. It was young lad came to ask me where his laptop was. We put it away so they get less screen time. He didn't want a birthday party this year. He wanted, because those things are very expensive. By the time you rent stuff or you go to a place or whatever, he wanted a laptop instead, and it was actually cheaper than hosting a birthday party. Anyway, sidetrack. The idea is, can the Zen run on a solar panel that would fit inside the case of the was looking at the photos of the rad node, and the solar panel on that thing is tiny. It's about 2 by 3 inches, or 4 by 5 centimeters, whatever, 4 by 6. And the question is it low power enough that we can just leave put the solar panel where the wireless charger, the coil,
Yeah, you
is,
can do that. Yeah.
Or if it needs to be your solar panel, then put it on the inside of covering the GPS, which then
Well,
brings up a problem that the
it's
GPS
quite
is not
small.
leaving.
Louis, it's quite small. You
Yeah.
need a much bigger size on it. And you need at least this size on solar panel on it, being honest. I think the rad node is also quite small, the solar panel. And
Yeah.
and the rad node is really optimized for power. So
Oh, I see.
I would
Okay.
have, let's say, this kind of solar panel on it, at least about 20 by 30 centimeter, and not on top somewhere
20 by 30.
And then
Yeah.
what I would suggest you to charge another battery, and then with that battery, if you have don't have Wi-Fi in the area, power also a mobile device, like a router that go to LTE. They're not so expensive to get. And then go from the
Okay.
Zen by Wi-Fi to the router, and the router you upload it.
Okay.
Very simple setup, I think. I mean, it's standard stuff, and they're not that expensive. I mean, that makes it much cheaper than a rad node. The rad nodes are quite expensive.
Yes.
And then you have complete
Yeah.
control over it, what you want to do with it.
Yeah. Well, in that case, I would need a separate weatherproof box. And I was actually looking at, like the there, and just Canadian dollars, just retail is somewhere around $200. So immediately that just jumps the whole
you
thing.
can get them for 50 bucks somewhere. Big good ones. Really,
Okay.
I don't of them, all different versions. We did some testing for the point cast and the prototype from the rad node before the rad node becomes a rad node. I made boxes like this big. And like the point cast, I don't know if you have ever seen the point cast, but we had with Ethernet versions and
Okay. So
3G.
okay. So the idea is a box that has a clear lid
Yes,
for the solar panel,
really, yes.
and then everything
Yes.
is in behind.
That's a
Okay.
good idea. The early solar cars had it similar like that.
Yeah. In the so in the cast or solar cast, would the bGeigieZen be without the Pelican case? So that were just by itself to
That's also an idea.
well, first of all, make it smaller.
Yeah.
And
Good
first
idea.
of all, make it smaller. Second of all, remove one layer of radiation interference, right? So obviously gamma is going to go through, but we have a chance of catching other stuff or weaker gamma. So that's basically reduce the barriers, because the case is going to introduce itself, like that. The box is going to introduce a barrier as well. So okay, I'll keep that in mind and start working on figuring out. So I'm just going to look at the point cast. Maybe I'll bug you about what box you used for the prototypes for the point cast.
Takachi has a quite good ones series.
The idea is, which one?
Takachi. I can send you a
Which
catalog.
one?
I have many of those. A clear front on it, and they're not that
Takachi.
expensive. Takachi. I mean, that's easy to get.
We have a manufacturer here in Canada.
There's something similar.
Hammond, which makes all
Takashi
sorts
is all
of stuff.
over, so it should be fine.
Okay. Okay, great. Thanks.
I hope we can get something going for the people there. That will be very nice.
Yeah. Basically, it's trying to drum up some enthusiasm. So I think the idea is I have a prototype to show. I think that would be a lot more exciting.
It gives you credibility. That's true.
Yeah.
But you can also
True,
show
true.
them Safecast
Okay,
that Safecast has done some similar projects.
Yeah.
If you need more information about the Pointcast, I have tons of stuff about it in videos, and I can supply you with that.
Yeah.
Okay. And Michael is already fixing the unified code. It looks like that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was diving
No.
into that. I was
It's very,
listening.
very good to see you so intensively working. I mean, no,
Yeah,
your brain goes one direction already, and
yeah, that's me.
And for next week, we have plans or ideas what to do.
Well, I'm gonna continue with the M5 Unified migration.
I have a bug to report. I should write it down. It's a bug that sometimes the Wi-Fi doesn't reconnect. And it's 1 out of 4 times or something like that. If it goes away too far and then it comes back and then it doesn't connect.
Is that when you go on a walk or on a drive and you come back home, it doesn't
Back
connect?
home doesn't reconnect. Or the other way around. I leave the unit at my house. I take the Wi-Fi the router with me and then come back. And then it says an error and keeps the message on the screen. It cannot connect to the it says ID.
Okay.
No, I
Weird.
have no idea. We should
But
maybe
so if you change like screens, you can still use the device.
you still use the device. Yeah, it's not locked or something like that. It's just kind of waiting for the Wi-Fi to come back and cannot find it anymore. Maybe rescan every so many times, so many minutes to see if it's available.
I think that's what it does. So
Yeah, that's what
yeah, I think it scans every few seconds, basically. Might be even too much, but yeah, I'll look into it.
Okay. It's
some
not a
point.
priority, but just notice
Right.
it.
Yeah, it is useful to have that fixed.
And I will be working on getting Grafana back online. It's a long story, but it looks like it's slowly coming.
All right.
So,
With DuckDB?
That's another parallel path we're taking. But
Oh, okay.
because if we have to stop AWS, we have to move something on and something else. And DuckDB is a good candidate. And the mother of DuckDB, the Mother Duck, it's a funny name, Mother Duck. They are willing to help out. We had a meeting last week, and they seem to be a good team. They are working on a plugin from Mother Duck directly to Grafana. And they had the proof of concept going a few hours after the meeting. They wanted to check it and they want to work on it, and directly they were active and going for it. Because I was not the only one asking for that. There were more people who wanted.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And then we can use that maybe.
So, Rob, I heard you mention that you're sending out some boards to be fabricated?
Sorry, one more time. I
Are
didn't
you
hear.
sending out some boards to, did I freeze again?
No,
You're sending out some boards to be fabricated
Mhm.
in the next day or so?
Maybe. But I just want to have it manufactured. I think the boards itself are fine. I mean, the version 4 boards are too,
Okay.
they seem to be okay. We have to make a decision which board to go by. The one with the clean version, or maybe we keep two versions too. And the version that's completely clean and another one with the 4056 on top. And a switch.
Yeah. Personally, I think, Personally, I think I would think I would for my fixed project, I would prefer having the 4056 chip on there so that I can have a lot of flexibility with how to power it. If the solar panel, delivers higher voltage or lower voltage. I just don't trust having all the power going through the core 2 or core 3 that the AXP2101 chip, just because the lack of reverse battery protection and the fact that it's also enclosed in a little piece of plastic, so heat dissipation could be an issue. So that's my preference.
Technically, I completely agree with you. Would be my choice too. But there are issues like just people would like to have a clean and slick looking one, and other people don't mind about it. So they can choose what they want, one version or another version.
I think in most cases you would charge it with the cable, and then the heat dissipation would be open air. So, but it's not amazing.
No, and some people just change the battery. It's easy for them than putting a connector in. They just pop in another battery and then they go.
Yeah,
I don't know many people who have like many of those spare batteries. So.
Oh, I've heard 2 or 3 people that say just we have a spare battery, put a new one in. It's easy.
And then they just charge the battery somewhere else.
Yeah, somewhere else.
Yeah, okay. Well,
with a solar thing.
Maybe the people who like that clean look are Apple users, so you can charge them more.
I didn't hear you. One more time, Louis.
Maybe the people who want the people who like the clean look may be Apple users, so you can charge them more.
They're quite close. They want to have a slick one that fits the color of their car.
That's right.
That's correct. I got 2 of them.
There you go. Okay. We have different colors. So now we're in the fashion industry.
Yeah, that's also
now we're in the fashion business. All right, great.
But those fashion people, they pay for our development, so it's probably maybe it's worth to think about it.
That's right. Okay, well, that's for me.
Yeah, I know. And it sells better too if it looks good. It's also another thing to think about, but that's not the main issue. It has to be good anyway. So. For me, that wraps it up. What I want to talk about.
Yep, for me too. So.
Yeah. And Michael, do you have something still to mention, or you're eating? Sorry.
No, I'll take a look at the Unified to see if I can figure out anything, but I still need to get back to putting together to update the test bed to go through all the different GNSS and just give a report, generate a report on time to first fix, number of satellites.
That's good. Yeah. If you could.
It's not as it's not as easy as you have to, when you're configuring the unit, you always have to have one GNS available, and there are times and there are certain you can't have. There's a limit, there's all this configuration about this can't be configured with this can't be enabled when this one is enabled. So I just have to go through the whole. I have to redo that logic. It's already built into the module itself. It will never let you configure it in the wrong way, but it's not a simple setup.
Mhm. Yeah, that will be
I
good.
did read that Beidou and GLONASS are both global networks. Is that? I thought they were like more localized, like regional. Like the Beidou used to
No,
be like.
originally, no,
Oh,
the new generation bGeigieZen is global.
yeah.
The only regional ones are QZSS, which is for Japan and the India. The one in India is basically specify it's India and 1,500 kilometers on either side of the borders. And everywhere else is global. So Galileo, the original GPS, and Beidou and GLONASS. But honestly, when I tried GLONASS just by itself, it's very disappointing. So I would say if you have a list of preferences, I would say go with the big three, being GPS, Galileo, and Beidou. And I would say if you're in the northern latitude, then consider GLONASS.